welcome back to another year. You've preseason first team All Big Ten. How's that feel?
Feels good, but I know, it don't really mean anything. I've seen it before. Preseason rankings and accolades don't really mean anything. We'll see shortly, what the real awards are.
You've been able to add to your game every year. What's been the key to that?
Just staying consistent and focusing on a couple things. Sometimes people try to overcomplicate things and focus on too many areas to get better in the summer. And for me this summer, it was just shooting the ball more consistently and fluidly and playmaking.
You guys had a really good season last year. And what can you take from that experience to add to this season's approach?
I think it just gives us confidence, and it shows us how to win, and the guys that are coming back and we're on that team, that down the stretch we're capable of winning games, and I feel like that just gives us an overflowing confidence to bring to the guys that we're bringing in as well.
So how do you incorporate 8 new teammates? I mean, that's got to be tough, right, in terms of all the personalities and whatnot. You being one of the leaders of the team, what do you do to try to ingratiate yourself with these guys coming in?
Yeah, I think it just starts with building relationships off the court, and then that just flows to on the court. So just getting together with guys, hanging out with guys, and just being a part of the locker room on a day-to-day basis, and just bringing good energy each and every day.
Now I know you're a Minneapolis native, Minnesota native, right?
Sorry,
Are you an outdoorsman?
I am, yeah. I've actually grown to love the outdoors even more and just appreciate it. So,
okay, so what, like fishing, hunting, like what?
I haven't gone hunting, but anything else, you name it, outdoors, I'm with it. Camping, fishing, hiking, all that. So
they got tents big enough for you to camp out, man? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. They're making tents big enough for us tall guys now.
Okay. Your progression has been fun to watch. You left home, you went to Marquette, you went to North Carolina, you come back to Minnesota, and yet you've come back again. Coach Johnson said you had an opportunity to leave a couple times, but you stayed true to home. Why?
Yeah, just stayed obedient in my faith. I believe in the coaches. I believe in the players. I believe in this university, and I want to be a part of something that's meaningful. When I look in the mirror each and every day, something bringing Minnesota back and continuing to take steps with this university program and teammates is something that's super meaningful to me, and gives me a great gives me a lot of passion and purpose in life.
You play with that passion on the floor. Have you always had that?
Yeah, I always have. I've always been competitive in whatever I've done, and so it's just something that the team needs, and the best version of myself each and every day with that competitive edge.
You guys had 9 conference wins last year. Coach said that was the second most since, I believe, early 2000s, right? What do you have to do to take the next step to get 10 or 11 conference wins this year or more?
We got to keep showing up every single day with that same mindset. We can't, that really means nothing. There's a lot of games. I say this all the time. There's probably 3 or 4 games that still haunt me to this day that, easily should have been ours. So just continuing to find ways to finish games and continuing to build on that 9-win conference season a year ago.
You said they haunt you.
Yeah.
Do you know the games in particular?
Yeah, I can tell you for sure. Iowa on the road and Wisconsin at home. Those 2 games come to mind right away. Especially that Iowa game on the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's still, you think that you get over losses, and it's just easier said than done. And sometimes but I'm using it as motivation, and I know a lot of the guys that were a part of this team last year in those games are doing the same thing.
Was that because those games are more rivalry based, because you guys are right next to each other in terms of Wisconsin and Iowa, or did it have anything to do with it?
Yeah, the rivalry definitely has something to do with it, but it's also just the way that the games unfolded as well. We felt like it was our game to win, but we didn't finish the job, so yeah. Okay,
I'm going to ask you a hard question because I didn't know this when I played at Illinois. Can you sing the Alma Mater?
You said what?
Can you sing the Alma Mater at Minnesota?
Nah, I don't think I can.
Do you know it?
You talking about the
fight song or the school song?
Oh, I mean, I do it before every warm-up, but I don't think I could go off rip right now. But
you do it before every warm-up?
Yeah. If you watch me in the warm-ups, I'm doing it, typically 75% of the time. But
really?
I don't think I can go off rip right here.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, does that give you motivation or something? Or why do you do that pregame?
I do it just because it makes me feel like I'm a part of the environment and fan base, and it's just something I enjoy to do. And like I mentioned earlier, I got a lot of pride in to represent this university. So I like bringing myself in with the fans as well.
With Coach Johnson being a former player, how does that translate to his coaching style and his philosophy?
It translates in a way that he understands from a player's point of view, and I think that's big time in today's day and age. You know, he understands the same emotions, the same feelings, walking into practices, walking into games that we have, so he's able to be there right with us, step in step.
Four teams coming in from the Pac-12. How do you approach that when there are new styles that you have to get used to, or is it just another opponent?
Yeah, I look at it, you know, there's a little bit of that factor of different styles, but I look at it as just another opponent. You know, we're all high-level basketball players, play a lot of non-conference games. I've played in 3 different conferences, and so the thing that I take away is just that, you know, we're all high-level basketball players in the game. When it gets in the flow, it's really all the same, you know, going back and forth. There is going to be styles, adjustments, and all that, but that's for every single game.
And speaking of style, how did this come about?
I got bored. Truthfully, I just got bored this summer and decided to dye my hair, and maybe we have a little bit something else in store, in surprise. So,
for the season?
Yeah, for the season. So we'll just have to wait and see what that is.
Can you give us a hint? Like, we doing different colors? We doing a different style?
Maybe maybe some Minnesota logos in the hair too. So we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to figure out because I've dyed mine, but it doesn't look as good as yours.